Filler words are something that I have been thinking about a lot. In my attempt to improve my ability to talk on camera, I think that filler words are going to be the first thing that I have to try and cut out of my vocabulary. After watching my videos and also just reviewing other things that I've made, the four filler words that I think I rely on the most are like, and sort of. The reason I rely on these is to fill the gap between two thoughts and to help me formulate the next sentence. But I think I can just stay silent. I think the negative space will help me understand where I have filler words. The reason I want to do this is kind of for four reasons. The first is fluency, to speak with more ease and grace. I think that will improve the listener's ability to just enjoy the experience of listening to me. The other is coherency. That's about being more clear and logical. I think that filler words are somewhat of a road bump in that goal. The third is to be more dynamic, to be more engaging and potentially charismatic in my delivery. I think that in order to practice being dynamic, I need to have already cut out filler words, because cutting out filler words while focusing on how dynamic my speech is will be two variables that I have to control at the same time. So for this experiment, I am trying to cut out filler words before I really focus on how dynamic my delivery is. I think that all of this will create a less boring way of talking. But in order to get there, I think I need to become more boring in some ways, because I need to focus on cutting out filler words first. And that will require my speech to become more stilted until it becomes more natural. The other sort of secret fourth reason is because speaking without filler words makes it much easier to edit. As someone who makes video, speaking without filler words will make it way more easy to edit two different takes together. As right now, when I speak, even on camera, I use filler words in between sentences, whereas if I just left a pause, it would be way easier to cut together. Those are the four reasons that I am going to try to remove filler words from my vocabulary altogether, not only in these videos, but in real life as well. However, these videos give me a really clean environment in order to practice. I've been thinking about the people on YouTube that I really admire for their ability to speak at length with high levels of fluency and coherence, as well as being really dynamic in their delivery. And they aren't necessarily one family or genre of creator. The types of people that came to mind were actually all the way from Hank Green to Madeline Argy, both people who speak a lot on camera and don't use as many filler words as I expected. I thought everyone uses filler words, but that really isn't the case once I started to really pay attention. Other people that I really admire in this regard are Uncali and Anna Howard. I think that Hank Green, Madeline Argy, and Uncali, as well as Atrioc, Ludwig, and a bunch of other people, speak with a lot of dynamicness. And that, in addition to the fact that they don't use many filler words, is a reason that they are able to make a lot of content that is really engaging. However, with Anna Howard, she keeps a really even tone and continues to have a really melodic way of delivering her speech, but isn't as cartoonishly dynamic as you might expect. And so that was an interesting observation, because I think that cutting out filler words is useful even if I want to have a even toned way of delivery. Other people in that category would be Dan Coe and even Alex Hormozy, who I think speaks in a pretty even tone. That's not to say that those people aren't dynamic. I think that they just have a different way of being dynamic with their delivery. So that's kind of my thought for today. I'm really going to try and focus on removing filler words from these videos. This one was the first attempt, and it has been really difficult. I think there are 2 times in this video that I used either or but I'm going to go back and review that and maybe put it on screen. So that was the challenge for today.